That's okay. Do you see me getting there? It usually have like a few seconds. I think you're seeing me there already. Okay, this is good. Oh, as an ad? That's interesting. So, can you hear me over there on YouTube? And I'm gonna continue talking. Welcome to this month end enjoying our demonstrations. So I'm opening up my reference, and if you have any questions on YouTube, and I know some members now gathering on Zoom, and if you have any questions, I can hear you on Zoom and we can have a direct conversation. Whatever questions you have, you don't need to worry about that. It's going to bothering or past my demonstration. I would keep that in mind and I'm going to explain that through my demonstration. Okay. So this is great. And we're going to start just in a minute. Okay. This is very good. Okay, wonderful. So let's start this demonstration. Actually, this reference, you can see that right on the top over here. It is suggestions of one of my college students in my watercolor class in the classroom. And her favorite animal would be panda. And I was thinking about, I painted panda before, but I haven't painted a red panda. And I want to have a little bit more warm and cool color compositions in this challenge. And there's also, you see the whiskers over there, it's very thin. It's also going to be very difficult if you want to thinking about using the normal brush or pen to draw those masking fluid. So what is the best solution for that? And I'm going to describe at the end, the later part of this demonstration. So please stay with me through this entire process. And you see the warm color and the cool color. And the warm color, you see that is the on the body, right? The cool color would be the green color. The blue color would be in the background. And this is the light color on the face, and the light color the lighter color in the tail and the lighter color on the body. So try to talk about that, how we're going to create the form, the dimension. But there are also very, very, very critical part is how we can create the illusion of the fur edges, which is this always a challenge for most artists, right? So, all right, I'm going to start. And I'm going to go through this as quick as I can. And some of the process wet into wet, we do have to do it very quick. And so now I'm going to use the by the way, I want to show you my tools. So this is the flat brush. I'm going to use it to cover most areas, which is I'm going to use it probably for at least 50% to 60% of the painting and start from the beginning. And this is the calligraphy brush and have our logo on it. And this brush, it would use it for the beginning of the drawing part. And the second thing is at the end, later part, I'm going to working into the details. So this would be this brush. It would give you a lot of detailed descriptions. Okay. All right. And I also want to show you. And if you are not yet a member, please come to visit patreon.com/Chen. We have a very loving, warm community over there. And you don't have to join today, but you come over, take a look at there's some free contents for you waiting for you over there too. And if you're wondering about where you can get this set of brushes, and there's the link on the right hand side over here. You cannot click on the link, but you can type in on the browser. Okay. All right. We're gonna start, and I'm gonna use a very light color. Okay. And normally, most of the people use the graphite pencil to draw out, but I feel like using the calligraphy brush even a little bit more efficient, and because you don't have to erase the pencil. And I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a look at where's the top. The whole panda looks like a triangle. Can you see that? The head on the top and the butt over here and the tail over here. So I'm gonna take a look, and that probably good. Okay, so I'm gonna have the right hand side over here, this side right here. You may not really see it, so I'm gonna make it a little bit darker then, so you can see a little bit better. And the top of the head, it will be here. So there's a little bit more toward the center then. Okay, I'm gonna have it right here, like that. And the left hand side, can you see that? This is a right, almost just like a perfect triangle. Okay, coming over here, let's maybe come up a little bit. So I want to show you that how easy they erase it, right? Just the water. You can erase the mark very easily. If you haven't tried this, you can try it. Take a look at how it look. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at mark the important part. That's at the bottom. This the shape of the tail. Okay, and some member, and if you are going to painting with me through the process, uh, or try to paint it on Zoom. And when we finish this demonstration, I'm going to take a look at how you do. Okay, and here you go. So the lock over here at the bottom, this is pretty good. Okay, now take a look at, this is the top, right? I can make it a little bit softer too, and the edge is softer. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at from here, from the top of the head to here. The bottom of the chin is almost half. It's just a little bit smaller than half, right? So this is pretty good. And take a look over there, and this is going to be half, and a little bit smaller than half. It will be, I think this is about here. Okay, right in here, about that, about this shape, like that. That would be, just focus on that, so you will find the proportion maybe a little bit higher. Okay, this is good. So I'm going to soften that a little bit over here. Okay, this is good. All right, since you already know here and the left side of the panda's face, I'm gonna put it over here too. Okay, this is good. The ear, you can spend as much time and to do this drawing part. Okay, just use the brush and softly and draw it. Okay, that's coming over here. This is pretty good, and you can see the shape of the face, almost like a circle, right? And think about a simple shape. Okay, don't worry about, and we can still can come back to make more changes. The head looks slightly a little bit small, and compared to the entire shape. And I also want to take a look on this direction. Can you take a look at this direction? From here to here, I think that is almost like 1/3 from here to here. It's just a little bit bigger than 1/3. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3. So after you cross measure, and then you can actually getting a pretty good proportion, as this is the, and I always say that slow down, give it each step the attention that it deserves. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more preparation, and then when we are start painting it, it's going to be very fast, and with the 1-inch flat brush. Okay, that, and here you go. That's a little shape inside the ear over here, and I want you to see it. So I'm gonna have maybe make it a little bit darker. Okay, so you can see that a little bit better, right? That's the thing over there. And then take a look at the back over here. You can see that that's just the curved line, like that. You can draw just a little bit, like a little bit broken line first, and then you can connect them together. And also, if you think about, oh, this won't bother you, because the color painted in there is going to be darker than the color you put in here. So there's no worry about that, right? I'm going to continue on this side. So this is the ear. It looks like this is the ear, right? Just like the same way that you are painting a drawing with the graphite. Is that right? And tell me yes or no in a comment. Okay, here we go. Just a little bit like that. I think it's the only difference is you probably have more fear when you're painting with the brush, because it's kind of like a way. You see that how easy you can erase it. You still have enough mark over there. So no need to worry at all. And what about anything inside over here? We don't need to worry about that either, because after you figure out the big shape, and then when we're ready, we're gonna just paint it into. So look at the proportion. The eye is a little bit lower than half, right? And the left side to the right side is almost like a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, and this is great. Okay, now I'm gonna continue. Mark all other locations. I'm gonna have the tree over here. I need to figure out the tree because, and when we're painting the background, I'm making sure that I give enough attention. I'm gonna have this come in a little bit. I don't want to get too much into the edge. Okay, so now how thick is the tree? Right here. That's good. Coming in over here. That's good. Like that, and this is good. Right, and all right, that's the front of the body, and pretty good. Connect to that, almost done. Okay, right here. Now it looks like, look at the angle of the tail and with the face of the panda, and the face it need to get out more like this. That is a lot more, and get out a little bit more like that. That's just good, like that. And you're gonna see after I start painting, this won't be a problem. Okay, any of those changes is gonna be not a problem at all. Okay, this is pretty good. And I'm gonna take a look at the tree on the left hand side over here. And originally I thought I maybe remove this tree because it's kind of like a little distraction to the panda, but it's maybe a little bit too simple. And I'm gonna have that, but I'm gonna bend it a little bit like this, and then it's gonna not going to conflict that much. Instead, it may be driving attention into the panda, the main object. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna come in a little bit more like this, and here you go. Okay. All right. And also, anyone on watching now on the YouTube page now or maybe later, could you actually also leave a comment on what kind of subject matter is a favorite subject matter? Okay, a landscape, animal, or people, and also what is your the level of demonstration that you would like to see more, like advanced or intermediate or the beginner. Okay, so leave me a little a comment, and then hopefully, and in the future, my demonstration would be more suitable for your interest. Okay, we're here. There's have a little lock coming in. Have a little bit over here. That's good enough. Now I divide the entire page. Like over here, I'm gonna make this just a little bit bigger right here. Okay, and then I look at this triangle. It's maybe a little bit too strong. All right, I think this is pretty good. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna painting the background first. Okay, but when I'm doing the background, I'm making sure also I'm doing the edge of the fur at right after when this is wet. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna go with this. So I'm gonna start using this flat brush, and here we go. Ooh, this is good. All right, let's go for it. And I only use the 3 colors. This is the Windsor Yellow, Windsor Red, and the Windsor Blue green shade. Or say the Present Blue. I read the comment later. Please put it down, and it's going to be stay in the with the video. So don't worry about that. It's nothing is going to erase. So I'm going to mix the very dark color right now. I'm going to have this. I'm going to start from this side. Here you go. I'm going to have enough paint like that. Okay, here we go. I got a little bit more blue. Okay, a little bit more blue. I start with the blue first. I'm gonna have it right here. I'm gonna have that a little bit softer, like that, coming over here. This is pretty good. Now, and pretty nice. Okay, here we go. And my paper is landed a little bit like in a little bit angle. So naturally, the wet it would going down, guys, and the branch is get a little bit thicker and coming down over here. There, here we go, like that, and like this. Here we go. This is good. Let's put the color in. This step is very crucial. We want to have all the things connected together. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm gonna coming on to this side and lead the wet a little bit around. Okay, this is pretty good over here. And then take a look on this side. I'm going to also put a little bit blue color over here. And now I'm almost like mixing right on the paper. Okay, here you go. And now I'm going to use the yellow color. Now I'm going to take a whole bunch of yellow. And I'm going to just paint it right in here. Can you see that? And here you go. And that has become the green color. Watercolor, after it dries, it would be a little bit lighter, so have the color a little bit darker is totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna just mix a little bit. Now I'm gonna take a look at edge over here. Careful. Now watch out for the edge of the brush. You see how it cover. That's pretty good. Now coming on to this side and coming over here. That's good. You don't need to make it perfect. So the speed is very important right now. It would going to drive really quick. Okay, don't worry about. And watercolor is very easy to modify as well. So I'm gonna continue and take a little bit blue coming over here and take a look at the edge. And here you go, coming down over here. That's pretty good. Here we go. And I'm also going to make this a little bit darker. I'm going to get a little bit blue and get the yellow color. And that would make it very bright green color. Okay, here you go. Like that. The wet into wet. Okay, coming on to this side. Now I'm going to take a look at this would be the ear. Okay, this is good. Okay. At the end, I'm going to want to get to the details. At the end, I'm going to show you how to create the white hair and as well as the whisker. Okay, coming down over here, I'm going to make the face slightly a little bit bigger. Now here you go. That's just pretty good. I'm going to move that a little bit over here and have those same paint coming over here. And you see it overlap quite a bit of at the bottom over here, so be a little bit careful. I'm gonna have the yellow color finish this side before I going back over there, and this is still all wet. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna just put the yellow color into it, and so this is pretty good, very consistent. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna clean my brush. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lift up take out those excess wet. Okay, here we go. Take those out and take those out. Okay, it's very easy to absorb. Okay, that's pretty good. And what is the next thing immediately that we need to do? That would be the edge. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna take this out and take this out a little bit. This is good. Continue. Lift a little bit out. So if not, the wet is not going to dry consistently. Okay, this is pretty good. Now you see that the whole background is pretty nice. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a little splashes in the background. I'm going to have a little bit soft texture over there. So start over there. There's a little bit dark blue color. So I'm just going to put my hand into the water. Here you go. Now I'm going to just do that really, really quick. You can see that it looks like some big, some small. Okay, that's good. Okay, now you see there's something going on in the background. At the same time now, I'm going to use this brush. I'll also do a little bit lifting, okay? And take a look over here. I'm going to do a little lifting because it's still wet, so I can very easy just lift up. Okay, this is good. This is, I'm going to lift a little bit more because it's just too small. And I'm going to have something over here too. Like that. Lift the tension over here. It maybe go away, but it would to try. Okay, here you go. Like that. I'm going to lift up the wet paint. Okay, here you go. And by the way, the paper I'm using today is 10 by 14. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have one over here, like that. That's just pretty good, and this is how easy, right? Watercolor, you don't have to always think that have to work that hard. Okay, a little bit over here, and keep moving over here. This is good. I'm also going to coming onto this side, and this is lots of water on the paper, so it's going to take a while before it dries. So I'm going to have a little bit over here too, maybe like that. That will be fine. And the edge are pretty good. And now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start using the calligraphy brush. Now I'm going to lift up more over here. It keep coming down over here. And I'm going to lift up over here, but it's very quickly. I need to start working into the warm color. So I'm going to take the red and get the yellow color. But the yellow color is already have quite a bit of the blue color, but it's okay. They are not really just orange. So I have a little bit blue in it. So I have a little bit more like brown color. So I'm going to take this color, and now I'm going to see that this color very warm. It's very orange color. Now I'm going to take a look at right over here. And I'm touching on the edge, so that also because of the color is a very, very thick that I'm putting in, it actually would fight the background coming in. It actually will blocking that coming in. So I'm going to have that. Here we go. And get a little bit more thicker yellow and red. Here you go. I'm going to put that right over here. Okay, I've got a little bit more red. I'm going to put the red right over there. You see that? The warm color compared with the cool color in the background. It looks so beautiful and yummy, yummy. Okay, that's good. Like that. And on the back over there, I'm going to do the same thing. And get a little bit thicker. The yellow, and that's almost like orange color. Now start over here. That's just very important. See the edge now touching with that, and that is have a very soft blending. Okay, and just think about the color. Okay, think about value, think about the color. You don't need to think too much about the panda or whatever the subject matter. I'm gonna have this a little bit darker like that. Okay, I'm going to keep it wet into wet. Okay, here you go. Right here. That's pretty good. Like that. I'm going to keep coming down over here. And I'm going to have a little bit more red. Even more red than in the picture. Okay, here you go. Down over here. I'm going to have a little bit more. Okay, watch out over here. And the colors start getting integration, right? So maybe the time coming back to react on it. So now I'm gonna take a look over here, and this is okay. The color is now bleeding inside. I'm gonna get the red color and get a little bit of this blue color in. And here you go. This is a little bit darker because there's the shadow, right? There's a little bit darker. So, pretty good. Now I'm going to come back over here. Now we can make, because as my paper is kind of coming a little bit slanted down. So I'm going to put it more like this. So now let the paint keep coming down over here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get more yellow and the red, okay? I'm going to be working on thinking about how the color integrated. I'm going to put it over here, and those color, we're going to push the color back out. Okay, this is pretty good. And now I'm going to continue and adding color. This is can have a little bit more orange color right over here. Okay, this is pretty good. Right, and I'm going to have a little bit blue color, right? I'm going to have a little bit blue, a little bit purplish, after I have a little bit purple color right over there. So I'm going to put that right in here. Okay, this is good. And I have a little bit blue right there. That's very nice. Like a little dying here. Okay, that's good. Like that. And the bottom over here, I'm going to start adding. And also the same time, and we want to have a little bit orange color right on the face, on the edge. I'm gonna do it right now. It's maybe still a little wet, but maybe already dry. But we're gonna see that. Here we go. Okay, let's see. We're gonna take the chances. Okay, let's see how it come out with. This is good. Right over here, I'm gonna have that little orange color coming in over here, like that too. Like that. Just make it look like hair. Okay, this is good. And this is very good. All right, and look at that. This is looks pretty good over here. Now I'm going to put it down over here. I'm going to have something to support it right under over here. So keep a little bit the angle come up a little bit. Now I'm going to continue. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the dark color. And the first round on the body, the dark color, just get the blue into the red. And this is pretty dark. So I'm going to take a look at right here. And also take a look at the edge over here. And this is the wet color with going outside as well. Okay, this is good. And coming out a little bit. Okay, okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna have that a little bit softer coming in here. Here you go. I'll use the brush here. Okay, and like that. Okay. Yes, the red shade blue color, it will mix the purple color. But right now, it's just not really that critical. And at this point, and any color, another cool color, it would be great. And over here, I don't think that doesn't matter because the color is not bright in the body. So I want to have the face a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna have it coming down a little bit over here and coming up like that. So the head would look a little bit bigger. So this is good. Now over here, I'm gonna have that coming in over here. So this two color here, it also going to gonna merge together, right? A little bit softer, like this. All the bright. I always say that to my students is how they spell watercolor, right? This is the water and color. So water is a very big deal in this process. So you think about the color, but you have to also think of how much water, how you use the water as well. Very important. And coming down over here, I'm going to just get a little bit more. This is just the green shade blue color. Okay, coming over here and coming over there. This is only the foundation, and later I'm going to make some even darker. Okay, so create a little bit more contrast in the body. Okay, this is good. Now this is the very deep color. It's very interesting. Keep looking at the edge. It looks very so beautiful. Now I'm gonna take a look at the bottom over here. Okay, and I'm gonna open up the brush. I'm gonna create that soft hair feeling. Okay, here you go. And when you get to this point, everything looks much better. Pretty good in this good shape already. Okay, so here we go. And that's just the wet into wet process. Very, very important. You need to knowing the timing. Now the background is settled down. It looks very good. And now I'm gonna do a little bit texture in the hair over here. Now I'm just gonna open up this brush. This brush, the hair can holding up any shape that you mold it. This is pretty good. Not like the nylon brush here. It would immediately coming back. Now I'm gonna coming over here, and here you go. This is good. Look at that, and have a little bit. This is good, and you can use just a corner of this, and here you go. Now I'm gonna have the texture. Okay, have a little bit more. This is very wet at the bottom, so this is okay. And here you go. Have a little bit coming out. That's pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna come into the tail. I'm gonna have a little bit more here, a little bit more warm color. Here you go. Look at it again. And basically this, the tail is this very warm, very rounded shape. So you always think about the form, not just the color, okay? How to create that impression of the form. And I'm gonna also have a little bit warm color over here too. And okay, I'm gonna get a little bit red color in here. I'm gonna open this up as well. And here you go. And have a little bit here coming over here. Okay, like that. That's good. And I think this is pretty good already. I'm gonna push some color out from here, and right over here I'm gonna push some color out, make it a little bit darker over here, a little bit more in the shadow. Okay, after this dry, you're gonna see that the color get a little bit lighter, and then we're gonna coming in over here. Look at the arm over here. That's just a little bit darker color. So I know we're gonna do that later on. But the first round and getting the big color work well together. That's just the very big job. So while we're doing this, I'm going to also have the little bit yellow color and mix it into this a little bit red, and I'm gonna actually put the color right over here for the color of the tree, and also create the impressions of the shadow, to catch the shadow. Okay, coming down over here, and the edge over here I'm gonna keep a little bit sharper because that is a sharper edge. I don't want to touch it into it. This is good. And here you go, right here. But this can be softer. Okay, so knowing that where it should be softer, where it should be clear. Okay, here you go. Now that is a little bit warmer. Okay, here we go. And get a little bit more yellow. Okay, here you go. That's good. Now at this point, I'm gonna start adding the color. Also here, it's very soft. I'm gonna have that a little bit darker color right here. Okay, have a little bit shadow. And see that the face is, we don't have to do much about on the face. The face is something that we can do later on. Okay, coming up over here. Yeah, this is good. Now keep a little bit soft. Coming up. And now the trees are only flat. I also going to make the tree a little bit more three-dimensional. So I can do that. And this is already dry. That's pretty good. Coming here, I can leave. Don't touch too much. This is good. When you get down over here, now I'm gonna have some darker color. I'm going to get a little bit more yellow and making this much darker. Are you ready? I'm going to make this dark color even darker at the bottom. Okay, here you go. Like that. Now you've created impressions of the three-dimensional. Okay, that's good. Now, later we're going to add a little bit texture on it. But you can see now it's already create the impression that it's the round tree, right? This is good. Now I'm going to get over here too. Now I'm going to spend the time and adding those. And I'm going to have a little bit lighter at the top over here, right? Okay, that's good. Okay. Here we go, like that. That's good. Now a little bit lighter, and the top could be even keep it white. And also, you can imagine that it will be some orange color also showing right on the tree over here too, because of the color like reflected, right? So I'm gonna have a little bit more red over here too, right next to it. Okay, here you go. Have a little bit more orange and red color. Here you go. That's pretty good, like that. And as well as on this side. Now think about that. It's over here. I also have a little bit more red and orange. And we're gonna talk about the warm color and cool color. Okay, and compared to the dark color and the light color. Okay, here you go, like that. That's pretty good. Now on this side, the same thing. Now I'm gonna have some darker color. So guys, any dark color, this will be fine. We'll only use the 3 colors. You can mix any color you need, right? And we have a very unique, simplistic working system. So if you enjoy the way we are painting, come to join us. We have a different level of membership on Patreon. So pick the one that what you need. And of course, you can stop your membership at any time, just like anything else. Okay, give us a try. Okay, this is good. Now you can see that 3-dimensional. Imagining if when we after this dry, we're gonna add some little bit darker color, that would be great. But you see now the whole picture is already under control. It just looks very vibrant. And this is good. Now this is already stable, the color already dry. Now you can take this out so you can see the painting more properly. Okay. And here we go. Now I'm going to take a look, continue on this side. And this is a little bit softer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to soften this whole area and including the edge. I want that piece of shape to actually will be connecting to the outside. So I'm going to get a little bit more yellow with this, maybe a little bit red. Okay, just think about how warm the color would be. Okay, this is good, like that. That's good. You can see that this is far in the distance. Okay, I'm going to have some dry brush over here too, like this. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have that little bit red color and showing a little bit closer to us. Okay, like that. That's maybe a little bit too much. I'm gonna get a little bit green. Okay, here you go. That will be fine. And we can make this a little bit more clear and a little bit later. So I'm gonna over here, I'm gonna have this a little bit darker. That's the round shape. Okay, this is good. Now look back to this, and the bottom over here need to be even darker. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the red color. Okay, this is the simple rule, and the 2 dark color mixed together. Well, of course, you're gonna remain dark color, and how it depends on how dark you want it to be. And right now, is the red is still too much. I'm gonna have a little bit blue. Now this color is very dark. I'm gonna have it right over here, like that. That's become much darker. Okay, here you go. Coming the bottom over here, even darker. Now I'm gonna also start adding some details in here. So it may be a little bit too soft right now, but it's okay. We're going to come back to refine it a little bit later. Over here, I'm gonna have this in over here too. This is pretty good. And this a little bit darker. Okay, a little bit darker over here too. And here you go. And like this. We come back to do a little bit more. On this side, I'm going to have a little bit separation into the background over here and have this a little bit soft. Just think about that. What you want more attention. If you want more attention to the area, you're going to have a little bit sharper contrast, right? And some area you don't want that much attention, you're going to have a little bit softer transition. So over here, I'm also going to have a little bit darker at the bottom over here. Okay, as is the watercolor settle onto the paper, is going to see more and more the true color, how it would look after it dries. Okay, this is pretty good. Okay, like that, and have it like that. That's pretty good. Now, those are not any concern right now, and everything looks pretty good. And after this whole thing dries, I'm gonna come back to confirm even more contrast over here. But now is the good time to work into the face a little bit. Do you agree? And I'm going to clean my brush as well. I'm going to clean my palette. So I'm going to use a little paper towel. And now coming over here, now I'm going to clean half of it. Okay, you don't have to clean the whole thing, and just half of the palette. That's good enough space. Okay, that's good. I like the minimum listed brush, and so that, and I also experiment on the a new outdoor workspace, which is I'm going to show you and share with you later. And also another thing I want to share that with you too. I am start working into the compositions of our new paints. And when I have more progress, I want to share with you, because we have some very special working method and technique that we like to keep using, and we want those paints, the four paints with the yellow, red, and blue head, green shade, and the red shade. All right, I'm going to show you coming into their zoom in under the face. Now take a look. What I'm going to do with the face, I want you to focus on more of the form of the face. The big shape over here, right? The big shape over here is going to have more like an orange color, right? And also the bottom over here, you see a little gray color. You may not really see it. If I don't remind you, you maybe just paint it into the details. But before you go into the detail, you have to create a form. So now this is good. Now I'm going to have the orange color to get the yellow color and the red. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to just open up the brush, okay, like this. You seeing that? Just like this kind of brush. Now what I'm going to do, first I'm going to start just tapping on like this. See the direction of the hair. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's just very nice. And take a look at that. And we're going to come back to soften a little bit. Okay, this is going to be very, very hard. So no worry. Just keep working onto it. And this is not very different from in the beginning, which is like we are more like in a very rush and very fast pace, right? Right now, you can take your time to go through this. And here you go, like that. And take a look at all the way to the middle of the face over here, which is right here. This is good, like that. I'm going to have a little bit drier, so get a little bit more red. And here you go. Here you go, like that. Okay. Okay, this is good. Okay. If you feel like you want to actually, I'm going to paint a little bit more of the get the feature, the eye, those thing in first. You can do that too, but I prefer to have the form created before we going into the details. Okay, here you go. A little bit more like that. And now, and over here, we're going to, we can expand this a little bit more, but maybe just keep the way it is, okay? A little bit different from. So now when I take a look, and that is almost like the nose is right in the middle over here, right? The nose right in the middle, right here, right? This is good. And the nose over here, and this is halfway. That is connect to the eye. You can see that that's the orange color like this. Okay, coming over here. That's a shape. And our process enable you to just focus on one thing at a time. You don't need to overload your attention. So also halfway from the nose and to this side, and that's also another orange color and pointing into the eye, right? Like that. And just put this in here, and this can be merging into the dark color. Here you go. That's just good. You can soften that and have the dark color coming in. You can have the softer. That's just pretty good. And all right. And at this point, I think I do want to put a little bit brown color, okay, into the eye and define it a little bit. And you don't see my palette, but it's okay. I'm gonna just put a little bit yellow and red. You know how to mix the color. Okay, here we go. And take a look over here. And what's the eye? What's this eye? There was this eye. And this eye is right in here. I think it's just put a point over there. Dot over here. Like that. And this will be the eye. And take a look on this side. What's the eye? The eye is right over here, right? And take a look how high, how low. Is that right? You see how easy after you're taking care of the bigger shape. Okay, you don't need to overload your attention. So keep it clear what you're working at and what you need to do. Okay, this is good. Adding this the right place. Okay, I'm gonna have this edge coming in a little bit more to the middle, like that. That's pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna leave the highlight, right? And as I say, no white is better than the white of the paper. So this is good. Have that, the corner of the outside corner right over there. Like that. Perfect. And take a look over here that we're getting the brown color. But we're going to come back to with a little bit darker color for the corner of the eye. And okay, a little bit over here. That's good. And as well as the iris, the pupil is going to be darker as well. This is good. Right here. Okay, like that. Okay, that's the beginning of that. Think about the eye, maybe a little bit too small, isn't it, huh? So I'm going to use a little bit darker color. I'm actually going to add a little bit, make it a little bit in, a little bit more. Just slightly coming in a little bit. You make the eye look bigger. Okay, pretty good. And what about on this side? Can it come in, maybe slightly a little bit. That's good. All right. Now I'm going to take a look at the nose. The nose is very much like a cool color, a little bit blue color like that. Now take a look. Look like the eye and the eye, two eyes with the nose look like forming a triangle, right? And here you go. That's good. The nose. Look at that. Comparing the location of the eye. Okay, that's good. Right here. That's the light color of the nose. All right, I'm going to have a little bit water. Now just soften this, making this a little bit softer. And the top over here, ew, wonderful. And the bottom, we just wait until you dry. I'm going to come back to just put a little bit darker color. And that's it. Simple, right? Now, at this point, I'm going to have a little bit darker color And just doesn't need to be very dark, but it's a little bit gray color. And just going to have the little bit blue connect this little bit color right here before we're going to define the chin and the mouth. The whole thing over here is just really, really darker. Okay, this is good. And then I'm going to have a little bit coming in over here. You see that, the shape? Wow, very interesting. And now we can take a look at the corner over here. You can also see a little bit shadow over here too. Can you see it? And if you don't see it, I also would like to hear that in your comment. You say, oh, I don't really see that. And it looks like I need a little bit more fundamental training. Maybe in the future, we're going to do a little bit more and more fundamental and talk about measurement, talk about seeing the contrast. Okay, here. That's just good. Now the form of that face is a little bit more look like a ball, right? That's pretty good. Over here too, you can see that. But you don't want to make this very, very dark or very prominent, very standing out. Those are as a very soft color. Okay, very soft like that. It's pretty good. And I'm gonna have this a little bit softer. Okay, just use the clean water, making this. That's pretty good. And the chin over here may even make it darker. So I'm gonna have a little bit brownish color right over here. Okay, that's good. Now after this drive, and we're gonna come back to to create the location of the mouth. But now at this point, I'm gonna come back to continue with the orange color. Okay, and get the yellow and the red and the orange, create the orange color. We don't have orange color paints, but we can very easily to create those color. Okay, now here we go. Now I'm gonna come back over here, do a little bit more, and the eye over here, and a few here, coming this way. And this is the time that actually you can enjoy that painting process, the detail. Yeah, but not before this. Okay, over here, I'm gonna move this out a little bit more. Actually, a little bit more out over here. Okay, this shape can modify that. Okay, a little bit more out, a little bit. That's good. I'm gonna get a little bit more red, and even a little bit darker, a little bit brownish color. Okay, but make sure it's bright enough. I'm gonna put it in the middle over here. You can see that. Very interesting, like that. Okay, that's good. And on this side, now I can make it even more clear. Now, there's the color over here, but it's more like an orange color. And this side can be a little bit darker. Okay, like that. This is good. I'm gonna have a little bit more orange color to get a little bit more yellow. If you want the color brighter, the yellow and red together, they create that bright orange color. Okay, that's good. Okay, here you go. That's good. And the edge over here. Okay, that's good. The edge over here too, something here. And at the chin, have a little bit darker color over here. So at this point, don't rush. And keep that in mind. We still have a lot of things to do on the trees and those, but this is going to be at this point, it's already looks pretty good already. Now I'm going to have that a little bit darker color over here, and also coming into the chin over here. You see that? That's very good. Interesting. Merge together. Yeah, have a little bit more red, a little bit more brighter, brown color. Here you go. Now have a little bit darker right there. And maybe at this point I can put the dark color for their nose. Okay, I'm gonna have that very darker, a little bit darker color. And take a look right here. And this is the lower part, the shadow of the nose. You see that? Yes. Now it looks three-dimensional. Is that? I'm gonna look into the eye. Okay. A little bit darker. take a look. And over here, a little bit darker. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit blue with the red color. Okay, here you go. And coming into here on this side, a little bit darker like that. And look at the line around the eye. That's good. And then another line outside. Okay, here you go. And this is the pupil right in the middle of the eye. Okay, look at on this side. This a little bit darker line. Okay, coming over here, another line outside. And there's the pupil right in the middle of the eye. Like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, now the eye look very three-dimensional. This is good. And we're gonna have a little bit lighter of the color. I'm gonna have just a little bit line coming through, and like this. Now is the good time to come into to give the suggestions of the mouth. Just doing like a look at here, like that. And we're gonna softening a little bit, and like that. This is good. Over here too, have a little bit dark color over here. This is good. Now I'm gonna have the water, just the water, soften this. Okay, it coming a little bit softer as is the cast shadow. And we're gonna do the whisker. I will show you how to do that. A very, very simple technique. Okay, and now we'll come back to the ear. I'm gonna get a little bit orange color, like that. A little bit more, and just use to create that the illusions of the light here, like that. Pretty good. And also on this side, have a little bit more brown color. Here you go, that little brown color right here. Okay, like that. This is good. Now I'm going to use the water. Now use the water to soften this a little bit. Okay, here you go. And also you can use the water. First, I'm going to have a little bit more orange color over here. I'm going to make this a little bit more clear. This area, just the orange color, like that. And a little bit more orange color right here, and a little bit orange color on the side. Now I'm going to just use the water softening a little bit over here, make this whole area more like a one group together. Okay, here you go, like a one little group together. Now I'm going to have on this side too. I'm going to have that. I'm going to have a little bit light here. Okay, this is good. When we're getting this point and the things are already in good shape, you can come back to the face, do more and more and more if you see it necessary, right? That's good. A little bit over here, like that. Okay, a little bit orange color over here. So, all right, I will just take a look at the entire painting. That's how it look like. So, time to zoom out. Take a look. And it's pretty good, huh? The face, it looks like a very cute little thing over there already. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back over here, use my brush. Now, I'm gonna actually have some red color and have some blue color into it. The red, a little bit more red. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna have that open a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more work into this. Edge is very crucial, the timing. Okay, that's to make it even softer. That's just good. And take a look over here. Is that, yeah, very interesting. You can have even more suggestions like that. Okay, this is good. Have a little bit softer over here too. And get a little bit more of this red with the blue color. You can see that there's a little bit softer color. Okay, that's good. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, this is good. All right, and the painting almost there. This is pretty good already. And now we want to do, and this is already dry already so far. I'm gonna have the blue color. Now I'm gonna show you to make the body even more rounded. Okay, I'm gonna get the red and with this blue color. Now I'm gonna come in over here. The front over here need to be darker. So I'm gonna have this, and here you go. There's a little bit darker, and here you go, right there. That's good. When you have this color, and you are going to be able to do more. And I'm gonna have this a little bit softer like that. Okay, this is very good. And then coming over here, this is also a little bit darker, and we fill the color. And here, something I want to show you is the technique, and that in a moment. I'm gonna coming over here. This is also a little bit darker, and here you go. That's good. Now, showing that this will be the arm, right? So what I want to do, I'm going to open up my brush, okay, like this. Okay, now it's all open. It's very, very interesting. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to use the hair. Just create the edge. You can make this even more suggesting. This is the hair. I'm going to have just coming in a little bit. Make it a little random shape. Okay, like that. This is good. That is very good. And over here too, I'm going to have that. I'm going to open up even a little bit more, a little bit wider. Okay. And here you go, like that. And here you go. That's the dry brush. Then make this even more clear and standing out more. Okay, have a couple more over here too. But don't overdo it. This is good enough. Now I'm also going to do it over here too. You're seeing that this would be the suggestions of the shoulder. And now you're seeing a little bit here, like that. And after it dries, you can see that, oh, the hair texture right there. Okay, right here. That's good. That's good. Right there. Beautiful. Okay, here you go. A little bit more texture coming into the red color. Okay, now you can see that the warm color and cool color making the epic feeling. Right, this is very good. Like that. I'm going to have a little bit over here too. Now it's pretty good already. Now I really want to do something. I want to expand this. So I want to show you using this 1-inch flat brush. You can really be able to modify your watercolor painting. Okay. Lots of people say watercolor painting, you cannot do that much. Okay. But watercolor, you can actually do as much as you want, as long as you have the right paper, the right paint, and the right brushes. And you can be able to do very, very well. You see that? So easy. You can expand the light shape over here. Very, very quick. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit softer too. This is good. I'm going to have the edge over here a little bit softer too. And just using this corner of the brush. Okay. I have a video talk about how to use these two brushes, the technique to use it. Just go to enjoyingart.com/brushes, and the same page that you can order the brushes. That's a short video. Talk about how to prepare the brush, how to use the brush, how to, especially this flat brush, how to use the brush so that it make it the most of it. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna use a little bit orange color back over here, the edge. Now since I already softened the edge of the face over there, and then what I want to do, I'm gonna just push back a little bit orange color here. Okay, here you go. That's good. So create some feeling, the softness. Okay, this is good. Now also going to make a little bit more red. And also make this a little bit clear. Okay, that's good. Like that. A little bit more clear. Okay, that's good. Like that. There's a little chin. Very nice. Have a little bit soft. This is pretty good. A little bit soft like that. And then I have a little bit brown color up over here. Okay. One thing I want to remind you, I'm gonna have more demonstration coming up, and also some, spontaneous light demo. And if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, you might want to do it right now. It's just one click, and maybe even turn on notification, so you would getting the instant reminder there is a new video coming up. I'm going to make this a little bit more clear, so I'm going to have this coming over here, and a little bit more clear. That's the contrast, showing that is the form is much better right now. So this is good. Okay, this is good. Okay, that's good. And then very nice. Now I'm gonna have a little bit darker color. So I'm gonna add a little bit darker color over here in the mouth over here. I'm gonna have this a little bit darker coming down. This is good. And a few dots. And here you go. This is good. All right. Very nice. Okay. Now I'm going to come to the time to do the tree. Now I'm going to come into add a little bit more greenish kind of color. So I'm going to take this together. This is good. Now I'm going to come in over here. And there's the, get a little bit detail of the tree over here. Here you go. There's a little bit shadow. And this is a little big tree over here. There's a little big shadow under. And here you go. That's good. Like that. We're gonna have a little bit darker color. Even a little bit darker, a little bit clear. Like that. That's good. Somewhere a little bit clear, somewhere a little bit softer. That create that dynamic contrast. And over here too. And this is good. Like that. And maybe a little bit too clear, I come back to soften that a little bit more. Okay, like this. Pretty good. Now I'm going to come to this tree. And here you go. And there's one round. You see that? It's very simple. And this brush, it just gives you very good freedom to just getting any form you like. Okay, like that. Good. And a little bit shape coming over here. Yeah, that's good. And now I'm gonna have just a little bit softer. Just use the water, soften that a little bit. And also on this side, a little bit softer, like that. Okay, we're gonna go to the whiskers soon. I'm gonna show you the two that I created. Okay, that's good. Right on this side, I'm gonna have this. The shadow, a little big shadow coming over here, like that. Now on this side is important. Now I'm going to take a look and just slide it, and here you go, like that. Have pretty good. Have some drive, clear drive shape, like that. And here you go. If you just draw those lines, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't show the tree is, it looks like the tree, most likely because you missed the step at the early part that we create dark and light, the form, right? So you can make sure that you always create a form before you go into the detail. The same as we are learning how to do portrait, okay? And in the portrait, also the form, also more important than the detail. So, okay, here we go. We're going to get a little line coming over here. Here you go, like that. There's some little clear, some a little bit soft. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, a little bit over here, like that. Give a little shape over here. That's good enough. And over there, we don't have to do that much. That is a soft area. So now I'm going to add just a little bit orange color. Put it over here. Okay, also put a little orange color over here to make it feel like this is the color actually reflected onto each other. Then I'm going to have just a little bit darker color over here too. I'm gonna have some dry brush. Okay, here you go. Here you go, right here. Some the texture. See that? The dry brush. It make it look even more like a tree. Is that amazing? This simple thing. Okay, here we go. And just a little bit, couple thing over here on this side too. I'm gonna give a little bit dry brush to open this brush. If your brush cannot do that, and think about how you can use it more efficiently. Okay, that's good. And a little bit more dry brush like that, and the tree looks pretty good. Okay, and the last thing that we're gonna do. Okay, before the last thing, I want to actually have a little bit more purple color. So I'm gonna have the red with the little blue color. Okay, this is very little bit. I'm gonna have a little bit color over here. Yeah, not so much. So, but I'm gonna remove this. Have a little bit more purplish. Have a little purple color over here. And also, you're right. This corner, the red shade blue color and the red color, we get a beautiful purple color. So here you go. That's just good, like that. Have a little bit cool color. So you're gonna see that more better and after you dry. Okay. And I'm gonna have also a little bit purple color over here too. You see that little bit purple color, like that. Okay, that's interesting. And all right, I think the background looks pretty good. And over here, this is pretty good. I'm gonna have this a little bit darker in the shadow. Okay, that's just good. And maybe a little couple dry brushes here. Okay, yeah, the dry brushes, like some dry brushes, and seeing that, that's very helpful. Okay, that's good, like that. Okay, even darker, a little bit over here. That's good. And showing that's the hair coming out onto here. Okay, this is good. And all right, and that's the last thing we're going to do. We're gonna do suggesting the whisker. All right, now I'm gonna come in over here, and I'm gonna use the X-Acto knife. Okay, and how to do that? So let's do a little testing over here. We're gonna have a just scratch. Okay, don't cut the paper. If you do this, you're cutting the paper. Okay, the opposite of the braid, and then you're making the scratching just the surface. Okay, like that, and just do a little bit pretty good, pretty sharp. This blade. That's a couple thing, and over here let's do a couple more over here. Okay, and you're making sure that you don't do full strength. Okay, just little by little each time. Okay, here you go. Just a little by little, like that. So just stay on the surface of the paper. Okay, this is good, like that. Okay. So in this painting, I'm not using any opaque gouache or acrylic white, and I try to keep only use the watercolor paper white. That's just good, like that. Now here's just the thing, the fun thing. Now I'm gonna do one first. Okay, this is the most interesting, coming all the way over here and come around. So I'm gonna coming over here first. Okay, this part. You see that? It usually like 2 or 3 times. It already create a line. Okay, it's good. Okay, slow down. Okay, don't do too hard. Okay, you have one line. I'm going to change the angle. I'm going to have, so making sure that your hand is just not getting into the wet paint. I'm going to have it over here. Okay, here you go. Now, one, that's good. Wonderful. I'm going to come in here. Usually do this after the whole surface of the area that you're going to work on is completely dry. Okay, if it's not dry, it's going to be trouble. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to have, I don't want to have this line like that, but I'm just going to have not so much, just a little bit. This is good, like that. This is good. And I'm going to have this line across coming over here. Okay, slowly. This is good. Now I'm going to coming on to maybe one line over here. Working on both sides. Okay, here you go. The other way you can do it is just use the gouache white. But the gouache white, if you're painting small, it may be difficult to make it so thin, right? You see that? It's pretty cool, pretty easy. So I'm gonna have another one. Okay, have it bend the curve a little bit. Okay, like that. I'm gonna bend the curve a little bit. So this step usually it will be the last step in your process. Okay. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna have one over here. Okay, be patient. And I'm going to slow down. Okay, if you scratch too deep, the line is not gonna look smooth. Okay, I'm gonna have something over here too. There's some shorter. Yes, like this. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna have a few more over here. Okay, here you go. A few more. Okay, very, very soft and patient. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. And I can actually do a little bit more slow scratch. Okay, and I'm gonna have one over here. Okay, I'm gonna slow down over here. Slow down. You can see this line more clear when you do slow down. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna do one over here. Yeah, beautiful. Like that. And another one over here. I'm gonna have longer, this one. Okay, very slow. Keep going back to the same spot. Okay, I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna have one over here. This angle. Let me know what you think about this technique for the whisker, or do you have other preference? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm gonna have one over here, down over here. Okay. I think this pretty good. I'm gonna have one over here, a little bit higher, like that. All right. So that would be the end of this painting demonstrations. So please come take a look. Okay, patreon.com/YongChen. And this is the page that you can see how to use the brushes and also purchase your set of brush set. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for spending some time with me. Now I'm going to end this broadcast on YouTube, and then I'm going to spend some time with our members on Zoom. So if you are interested to find out what Enjoying Art is, what we have offer, so please coming to patreon.com/YongChen. Thank you so much.